10th now. I've got the engine back from Yoda 1, so we're going to start putting on some of the pieces today, starting with the flex plate. Got a new flex plate right here, and going to put the harmonic balancer on later as well. A couple notes on the Yoda 1 build that I think they already factor in giving you a new head, and so they told me my other head was cracked, and so they gave me a new head. I gave it, paid for it. I guess I'm gonna take the camera here and just get some closer ups of the engine. It looks pretty good. There's a couple of little blemishes on the valve cover on the back side here, and then I noticed just some machining imperfections with the head. I'm not sure where they're sourcing these out of here. Maybe I'll find out later. But yeah, the block looks great. New water pump, new timing chain, and I have to check here. I think this is the timing chain tensioner. May have to buy me a new one of those. Anyway, we're going to take it slow and easy and just go from there. Here's a shot of the old head. I had them ship it back to me. They told me that it had quite a few cracks. I got to get the build sheet on it to see exactly what those were. I do notice they put these marks here, but I can't really see any cracks in the head, and I'm not 100% sure it's my head. I don't know if there's a specific marking I could have, or number I could have written down or taken a picture of before I sent it off. But anyway, I just, right there, maybe that's a crack. But trying to focus in. Yeah. So it's very, very small crack. All right, it's April 10th now. I've got the engine back from Yoda 1, so we're going to start putting on some of the pieces today, starting with the flex plate. Got a new flex plate right here, and going to put the harmonic balancer on later as well. A couple notes on the Yoda 1 build that I think they already factor in giving you a new head, and so they told me my other head was cracked, and so they gave me a new head. I gave it, paid for it. I guess I'm gonna take the camera here and just get some closer ups of the engine. It looks pretty good. There's a couple of little blemishes on the valve cover on the back side here, and then I noticed just some machining imperfections with the head. I'm not sure where they're sourcing these out of here. Maybe I'll find out later. But yeah, the block looks great. New water pump, new timing chain, and I have to check here. I think this is the timing chain tensioner. May have to buy me a new one of those. Anyway, we're going to take it slow and easy and just go from there. All right, I'm going to talk about the sequence of which to put in the flex plate bolts here. In the actual video, I put them on in the wrong order, but here's a diagram showing the order you're supposed to put them in, which is 1, 2. So you basically pick one and then go across from it with 2. Then you skip over one space or hole from 1 on your left to 3 and go across from it to 4. And then you go 1 to the left of where 2 was to 5, and then hop across to 6, and then you go to the right of where 2 is, and you hop across to 8 from there, and then you go here to 9 and hop across to 10. So in the video I did it a little bit differently, not on purpose, but just I wanted to explain that before you see it in the video and wonder why I'm not following that sequence. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started here with installing this rear flex plate or drive plate. So the spacer, the rear spacer, I wrote front on here. Get it back on there. Put the flex plate on. Get some force it on here. What I might have to do is just take the front spacer on here like this. Get it set. Start with some bolts here. Always harder than it looks. Do there is take that. Tool out here. I'm gonna tighten those up, see if that'll help this ease in here. Go back and forth so it goes on evenly. Once I get these in there, I'm going to back these off and put some red 271 thread locker on here. It's going on smoother now. Alright, that looks good. Quick, I'm going to get a shot here of the thread locker I'm using. High strength. Just says put a couple, or put a little bit right on a few of the threads. I can get this to come out. Alright, I'm going to do a little better job this time. Showing. Let's get those first couple threads there. I'm going to put this back in there. What I'm going to do is just get these kind of tight. And then back them off. Not back them off, but you know, snug. And then Alright, so what it's going to take here is I had to put the harmonic balancer on here and the crank bolt so I could put some, or keep it from spinning. So what I'm going to do here is that we got to tighten these down to 54 foot-pounds. Having to tighten the crank bolt so I can still taking a little bit. Move the camera around here so you can just see what I'm doing over here. Here. There's a certain pattern. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, sorry, right here next to 2, and 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So number 3 is going to go right here. Actually, it's really nice how the ratchet handle is up against the block there, so I may not even have to hold it. So number 4, go right here. pattern here is really just go diagonal across from it. So we go right here. Alright, let's see if I was correct. Five goes right next to number 2. Number 6 is going to go right next to number 1. I did number 1. I made a little mistake. Hopefully it's okay. I'm getting these out of order. So it should have been number 1, 2. And that makes more sense. Like when you put your wheels on, you'd be across from each other. So go 1, 2, and 3, and 4 should have been there. So ignore my advice on the first try of this. So we're on what should have been number 4, and then number 5 would have been right here. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 5. And then that would have been 6, or should have been 6. Been on too early. It's 5. That's 6. This would be 7 right here. Sorry, put it on too early. And then this would be 8. Again, 54. This one wants that. That's what that would be. Quick here, I'll show you. That's the pattern right there, pretty much. So again, you go 1, 2 is opposite, then you skip 1 over, go with 3, and then go 4 is opposite of 3, and then you go next to the second bolt you put in, that's 5, go opposite of 6, and then you go to the right of the second bolt, that's 7, go opposite, that's 8. The last one's 9 right here, and then you go opposite of that would be 10. All right, next we're going to try to torque down the harmonic balancer, which is going to be 193 foot-pounds. It was quite a bit. I got this tool a long time ago, or a couple years ago, off of Amazon. You can just do a search for Toyota Harmonic balancer or crankshaft bolt installation tool, and just do a little research and you can find it. This one's pretty generic. I'm sure you can get a Toyota one. But basically, there were 4 bolts inside the harmonic balancer on the outside here. I took them out, and the tool came with I think a 65 millimeter bolt, but I had to go get some 70 millimeter. And I went ahead and got some grade 8 bolts from AutoZone. Walk around here, see if I can. Set this up here. This is going to be tough, to say the least. This big breaker bar on it. Hopefully nothing gets damaged here. Go nice and easy. This would be a lot easier if you had 2 people. A little more muscle. Didn't think I was gonna make it. All right, and that 1/2 inch socket, breaker bar, whatever you want to call it, goes into here. By the way, these are 12 millimeter bolts, like a lot of them. Aftermarket bolts, these are 13, just to make life tough or difficult. And again, the thread pitch is 1.25, and the bolt diameter is 8 millimeters. This, thread these back in here, hopefully nothing stripped out. That one felt good. Felt pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know what the torque is on these, but they were not on there very tight. Not enough to even spin the crankshaft. I'm just gonna do them snug. Honestly, I'm not sure what they really do, because that crankshaft bolt is really gonna hold this thing in place. All right, that's that. All right, next we're gonna install the left and right hand engine mounts. There's 4 14mm bolts. And I've already got them started. Snug them up here. Okay. And these get tightened to 28 foot-pounds. It's not all that tight. There we go. This other one. That's the fourth one. I'll move to the other side here. Same thing. And the last one. And there we go. All right, we're gonna install a couple auxiliary or sensors here on the engine, starting with the NOx sensor. This is the driver's side, air intake side. The NOx sensor is gonna go right there. I'm just gonna put it on the snug. Should be good. Next sensor to install is the camshaft position sensor, again on the driver's side where the air intake is. Took a little extra effort to get it to snap in there. There was a little O-ring. I wetted it with some motor oil. It's still kind of acting like it didn't want to go in there. This. 10mm bolt here. Get I'm just gonna put it on there snug like it was. Next one we're gonna do is the oil pressure sensor here on the passenger side. Here's another one. It's the crankshaft position sensor over here on the driver's side. I'll pull it out real quick again and see what that looks like. It slides in there. There's two little bolts on. Bolt to mount the bracket. So looks like a 12. I don't know how what it will be. Go get some tools, put these on. Actually be 10s. Those are 10s. All right, I put this rear backing plate on, and I'm not sure what happened. There's 12mm bolt. No, I took that off. And then there's one over here. I never had a video of me taking it off, so I just went and got one because I really want to get this engine in today. Anyway, there's two 12mm right there holding that plate on.